What's going on, guys? Doing a live stream here, and look what's going on with Tesla. So congratulations if you were in Tesla. It is up huge, just as expected. Posted a video yesterday, and we're on the road to 700. So this is exciting news for Tesla. Obviously, we're going to be watching the $700 mark today. That's a mental number that we've all been looking for on Tesla. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we actually hit that. So I'm going to go down to the 15-minute time frame. So this morning we basically gapped up. We have hit 680. And we're pulling back a little, but that's okay. Like I said, I'll wait for the first 30 minutes. Let everything play out, guys. And then we can see where we're going. But we are looking towards that $700 mark. What's up, Mr. North? What's up, Zeus? Yeah, man. Tesla is doing amazing. This is exactly what we wanted to see. And I think this is just the beginning. Look at these volume bars, guys. We know institutions are buying in right now. Look at the volume compared to other portions, right? So we're on a lot higher volume than normal. Something's happening here. Someone's buying in big. See how in the previous days we've been on much lower volume, but now these volume bars are a lot huger. So someone big is buying in right now, or at least starting to buy in. I don't think we've seen it all yet. I think we're actually still going to push to $700 today. But I could be wrong. We might not hit it, but I think we are. There's a good possibility that we will. Other markets today, the SPY, we're pushing down. So not too much, 3 points. NEO, we're actually up on NEO, guys. So if you still follow NEO, we're up. Let's see. Let's look at NEO. Yeah, we're up. We're above the support. This is what you wanted to see. I talked about it in the last video I made on NEO. You wanted us to see us get above support, and that's exactly what we're doing now. Next point to look out for is the resistance line. Let's take a look at XPeng. XPeng is up 47 cents. So we need to get to this resistance line. We need to either consolidate around it or we need to blast through. If you're bullish, you want to blast through. Tesla pushing back. Okay. 680, 681, 682. Wow. We're going for it, guys. How many of y'all are still in Tesla? Let me know in the chat below. I locked in some calls, made a quick profit. I might look for a pullback to get in, but I don't know. We might not get that pullback. Everything's so volatile right now. Like I said, Tesla gapped open today. Are y'all still in shares? How are y'all trading Tesla right now? Have y'all locked in any of your profits? What's going on? And if you're in my Discord server, brand page, you just said, are you expecting a huge drop if you're listening right now? Today I'm really not. To be honest, I think we're really going to push up the whole day. I mean, there might be pullbacks here and there, you know, a couple dollars, but I don't think we're going to get that huge drop, if that's what you're referring to. So if you're in here, there's your answer, but if you're not, I'll type it in chat for you. What's up, LA Bebe? How are you doing today? Vincent, what's up, man? You still in XPeng? Brand page, no problem, man. Anytime, that's what I'm here for. Here to help you. Look, guys, we're pushing up on Tesla. Wow. This is crazy. We're going for that $700 mark, guys. This is exciting. This is really exciting. LA, you wonder if it'll dip? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Yeah, Vincent, XPeng is struggling right now, man. It's struggling. Like I said, thanks. We are pushing up. Only 53 cents though. But like I said, the only thing you need to look out for today is this resistance line, and then let's see where we go from there. LA, I'm doing great today. Hope you are as well, man. Thank you. Yeah, if we get a dip buy on Tesla, it'll probably be after the inclusion, to be honest with you, because I think we're just gonna go for the 700. Bram, that's good to hear, man. As long as you're willing to learn, that's amazing, dude. Yeah, just keep watching videos, keep watching my videos, and learn how to chart, and you'll do amazing, bro. You're already off to a good start investing in Tesla because this has been the ride. So my advice to you is just learn technical analysis, and of course you learn that by experience and just watching my videos and stuff like that. So that's my advice for you. Alright, so we are getting a little bit of a pullback on Tesla. Not much though, we still are in the 15 minutes of open. Don't worry guys, the volatility still needs to shake out. I mentioned this before. First 30 minutes of open, normally the most volatile. So be careful, just wait it out, and we'll get a clear direction after the first 30 minutes is over with. You're looking to pick up another 100, 200 shares of Tesla? That's awesome, man. Are you looking for, so you're going to wait until after the inclusion date, LA, or are you looking to pick it up today? I've cashed out of Tesla right now. I locked in all of my call positions, so I'm just sitting on the sidelines, to be honest with y'all, because was holding calls over yesterday, locked those in, and I was holding calls today and I locked those in. Bram, that's my best piece of advice. So typically, we're most volatile during the first 30 minutes. So if you haven't gotten in, then I'd wait. Or if you get in, just hold it out because we're going to push down a lot. We're going to do a lot of things. So if you're in it, just wait. Just let the first 30 minutes go out because we have this huge volume going in. It goes down, it goes up. It's crazy as you saw. So just wait out the first 30 minutes and then it starts becoming more stable. That's my question. I'm short in 20 today and picking up more in dip. Don't want to grab over 620. I think we're going for 700 today, so I wouldn't consider shorting it just yet because right now it's very on high alert. It's very volatile. And shorting is like really dangerous especially with Tesla. It's not dangerous in general, It's not dangerous in general, but with a stock like Tesla where it gaps up $26, if you try to short this thing, then you're in a load of hurt. But yeah, so I normally wait the first 30 minutes. Oh, you're shorting 700 plus? Oh, okay. Well, keep in mind, we still have the big boys coming in today buying it up. So, $70 billion pouring in. Now, a lot of speculation is that they're going to do it at like the last 5 minutes of close. So, they're going to pour in all their money in the last 5 minutes of close. The volume is basically the amount of shares being traded, right? So, this day will hit how much? Yeah, so the volume is how many shares are being traded. So that's the buy side activity. So green bars is buy side, red bars is sell side. You said so this day will hit how many shares due to inclusion roughly? Well, I don't know the share amount. I know the dollar amount. They're talking about adding 70 billion dollars to Tesla, but 80 billion is being moved around in the spot total. Yeah, so the concern though is that everyone is thinking that they're going to be pouring that 70 billion or 80 billion at the last 5 minutes so they can get as close as possible to the closing price. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But so they think it's going to happen in the last 5 minutes. Now we don't know when it's going to happen, but a lot of people are saying the last 5 minutes. So whatever time zone it is there for you, and whatever market closes there for you, just subtract 5 minutes, and that's when people think that they're going to start buying because they're trying to get as close as possible to the closing price on Tesla. But keep in mind, these guys aren't traders like us, or they're not looking to sell Tesla in the next week or month. They're holding this long term. They're holding this for years. So they're not like us. They're going to be holding this for years. So that's my advice to y'all. Just be on the lookout for the last 5 minutes to close. And these guys, like I said, they don't care what price they're getting in. What's up, Chun? You want me to do Xpeng? Sure, I'll do that for you, bro. And Bebe, you said I don't think that would happen. You think if they have a secret method, we would know? I mean, they're not going to be doing anything illegal. They're not going to be like, I don't think, buying it under the table. Or I think once it comes in, we'll know for sure. Like, once we see that huge spike, we'll be like, oh wow, they're here. So let me put something in perspective for y'all. So you see this sell off right here, from here to here, that was $5 billion. This move from here to here was $5 billion. That's when they did the share offering. If this is just $5 billion, imagine what $80 billion looks like, right? So if this move is just $5 billion, this small move right here, just imagine what $80 billion is going to look like when it comes pouring into Tesla. I think this move is going to be massive. LA, that could be a strategy that they use. Who knows? I really don't know if they're going to do it all at once. I mean, if they do, that's just going to be crazy. Or if they'll disperse it out throughout the day. That is a possibility as well. But either way, we know it's coming, though. We just don't know when. That's my thing on that. So I'll do Xpeng now, real quick for you, for all the viewers that are just tuning in watching Xpeng. I know I just posted a video about that. So we are pushing price up right now. We're pushing up to resistance. So this is what I talked about in my video, guys. We had two scenarios going on. We either were going to push up to resistance or we were going to fall down to the support. So we're pushing up to resistance right now. This is what you want to see. Now today we need to blast right through it. So this resistance acts as a sell-off. So every time we hit this level, we sold off. Look how many times we hit this level and sold off. So we know we need to get above this level today. That's what I'm looking at for Xpeng. But it is pushing up nicely right now. We still need to get above this to be bullish. Are there any other stocks you are watching? LA, are you watching any other stock? Bram, are you watching any other stock? Just let me know where y'all watching today. Now we are getting a little dip on Tesla, so this may be a opportunity to get in. But I'd caution still. Be careful. If you're just getting in today to get a quick profit, still have that stop loss, and then I'd just be really careful. But we are pushing up. We are recovering a little on that. But I'm glad to be here with y'all guys watching Tesla price. I don't know how long I'm on live stream today. Really depends on how long y'all want me to. And then we can just continue from there. Let's see. Bitcoin is crazy. How the heck you trade with that? Oh yeah, it is crazy, man. Okay, so I'll do NIO real quick, just cause it's on highlight. Then we'll look at Bitcoin together. Let me get this out. But look, so I drew this line in my last video, and it's actually, I swear, I haven't moved this line. It's literally, this is how it's playing out. So I drew the line back here. We pushed up, we got the pullback, and now we're pushing up. So I legit drew this line in my last NIO video, and I haven't touched it at all. So it's actually playing out how I wanted it to do. So I drew this because I said we push up to past resistance, confirm it as support, which we did, and now we're pushing up again. So our next level that we need to get to is this resistance right here, right? That's how I'm playing NIO. I want us to get to this pink line, which is 48.37. We need to push through that and then continue this uptrend, but that might not happen today. Fridays are notorious for low volume. Look how low our volume is, and then not much really happens on Friday, but we had this big event, Tesla, so that's why I'm excited about today for Tesla. But don't expect much from other stocks either, because Fridays are notorious for being really low volume, and people are just taking profit. So keep that in mind too. And no problem, June. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here too, Frank. And I'm glad to see Prompt as well. Now, Prompt and Bram and other people I think are in the stream. They're from my Discord. Link in the description below. Completely free. Join my Discord. We can talk anytime. I'm more available there. So if you need a question, go ahead and join my Discord. Like I said, I'll be able to answer your questions much better there and faster, whereas if you replied to me on YouTube. What's up, Abraham? When should we sell? When should you sell Tesla? Well, that's all dependent on you. So I don't know what trade price you got in. If you got in at a good trade price and you're holding shares or options, depending on what you're holding, consider locking some in today, because we really don't know how Monday is going to work out, right? So Monday's never happened before. We've never had a situation like this. So Monday, I don't know if we're going to sell off or push up even higher. So I don't know. But if I were you and I was up some, I'd consider locking in some of your profits just because if we do dip by on Monday or Tuesday, then you have those profits already locked in. Thanks, Prop. Yeah, guys, like I said, it's really fun. I'll answer any question you basically have. Just go ahead and hit the join button in the description below. Yeah, I missed out on Bitcoin too. So we knew that we were just consolidating for a little while. So we know that was a support. We know that was a resistance, right? And then basically what happens when you consolidate? You have the breakout, and that's exactly what we had on Bitcoin right now. Bram, yeah, looking in means a selling, right? So if you've been in Tesla for a little while and you have a good average price, maybe consider locking in some of those profits. We are getting a little sell off right now on Tesla, but that's okay. Still the first 30 minutes. I'm not worried at all. Yeah, Bram, you need to. If I were you, I'd consider locking some into those because you're probably up a considerable amount. What's up, Todd? Glad to have you here, man. I saw your comment on the YouTube video. Appreciate it. And what's your target for today? We might hit 700, Todd. We did push up to 680 at the beginning of the market session. We are getting a little bit of a pullback, but as I told the viewers, I wouldn't worry. I really wouldn't worry on Tesla. This is just a pullback and a dip buy opportunity if you're looking to trade Tesla today. Now, if you're already in Tesla and y'all been swinging it over the whole week, or if you have a good average, what I told Bram and some other people is consider locking in some of those profits, because on Monday and Tuesday, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're going to get a huge dip buy. We don't know if the banks have been buying, they're just going to sell it. We don't know what's going to happen. So if you're up a lot on Tesla right now because you have a good average price, I consider trimming that, locking in some of your profits, and then just riding some, because if you just still want to stay in Tesla, because it is a great company and good to have overall. But I consider locking in some of your profits today. The Fed reports misled us. They plan to shut it down and make it illegal. What was it? LA, what were you referring to on that? What's up, Parker? How you doing today, bro? Thank you once again for tuning in. Yeah, overall market is dropping right now. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Let me click back out of this. Right, so the NASDAQ has had an amazing week, guys. A very amazing week. Right now, we're just doing some consolidation. So even if we do get a pullback on the NASDAQ today, I think any pullback right now on tech is a dip buy. Oh, BTC? Okay. Wow, so they said something about shutting it down in the U.S.? Bram, yeah, you said why not lock it on? I have 110 shares? Go ahead and do that, Bram. I mean, if you're probably up a lot right now, so go ahead, but keep in mind that we could keep running up on Monday, and I don't want you feeling bad if it does run up and it's up another $30. But it's always good to lock in profits. Always is good to secure that money. So if you lock in, just don't get emotional and get back into it if it does go up. That's my only advice, because you have 110 shares from 392. So right now you have a huge profit. So I would be satisfied with that. Jonathan, what's up, man? You said when are you selling? I've already sold on Tesla. I'm looking for maybe some intraday plays. So I sold my calls. I made close to $2,000 on them total between today and yesterday. So let's see. U.S. government was looking to Bitcoin legal. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Bram, exactly. When you expect a dip buy on Tesla, or if you can do what Todd said and don't sell your entire position, Bram, maybe you sell like 100 shares and have 10 left. You know what I mean? So sell like 100, have 10 left, because 10 still is a huge amount to have in Tesla. The dip buy on Tesla, I mean, we might just have saw it on the stream, 666. So, but if you're looking for, are you talking about intraday dip buy, LA, or are you talking about big picture dip buy? Big picture dip buy, 600 mark, definitely. 600 mark, good place to buy. And the reason I'm saying this is look how many times we held this area. We held it 1, 2, 3, 4. We've held this area 5 times. So if we do get a sell off on Monday or Tuesday, whatever it may be, I'm looking for 600. That's where I'll be looking for a good dip buy on Tesla. We just had this amazing run up on Tesla. So what's up, George? They have to get it. So I don't think it's after hours. I think they have to get at the closing price. So whatever Tesla closes at, that's what they're getting it at. So they're probably going to do it in the last 5 minutes. So a lot of speculation is going around saying that these banks, they're trying to get it as close to closing price as they can, so they'll buy it the last 5 minutes. But I don't know if y'all watched Tesla yesterday. The last 10 minutes, we pushed up like $6. We went from $6.50 to like $6.57 in the last 5 minutes of trading. Did y'all see that yesterday? We had that huge rally at the end of the day. With those 10 shares, you can then account for the rise. Yeah, Bram, right. So if it rises up $10, good, you made $100. If it falls $10, you lost 100. So it's not nothing compared to, the 100 shares, right? But it is still something. And if you lose, it's still a small loss. What's up, Todd? Was thinking to sell a very small position and lock in just a bit. If I do that, should I sell after hours or within? Todd, I'd look to do within the trading hours. Because during hours it could get very volatile. Or sorry, after hours it might. Then the price should rise in closing, right? Perhaps then we should wait a bit after closing then sell. I mean, yeah, if y'all want to do this, we all, or whoever's in here holding, y'all want to sell in after hours, that's completely fine. Make sure, though, whatever brokerage that you're using, make sure you switch it to after hours. I know in TD Ameritrade you have to hit PM. If you don't hit PM, it won't sell in after hours. So whatever brokerage you have, just make sure to play around with those settings before we get into after hours. LA, I appreciate the support, man. Yeah, I'll most definitely be doing this more often. But we are getting a little dip on Tesla right now. I don't know if I'm gonna get back in Tesla today, guys. What's up, Max? Glad to have you here, bro. Glad to have you here. Yeah. So, thanks for yeah, LA's got it right. PM or EXT. So Max, we are pushing up on XP right now. This is what I was talking at the beginning of the stream. We talked about that. We're probably gonna push up to resistance today. That's exactly what we're doing. So my resistance is at 48.20. We need to get above that and hold above that. HCAC. Is that a ticker? So this is Hennessy. Let me chart out some levels for you. So we know that buyers came in here, and then we know that, let's see. We know sellers came in there. So bearish below, if it gets below 1780, I'd have my stop loss probably right here, and then I just keep watching. Right now we're pretty range bound, but we must have had some news. Notice how we just gapped up and been going crazy. So there must have been some huge news on this. XPing has been stuck for weeks. Yeah, it's been on a little rut, to be honest. It's been a little disappointing, but good company overall. I just wouldn't worry too much about it. I heard there is no after hours trading today. Let me look that up. Look that up real quick for you. Tesla after hours. I don't know. I don't know if we might. I think we still do have after hours today. I'm not sure on that, Parker. I'll have to look more. Once I get off stream, I will look into that. And then, like I said, for all those just tuning in, go ahead and hop in my Discord server, because when I do get off stream, then I can still talk to y'all. So Discord server, link in the description below, completely free. Go ahead and hop in there. and then we can talk after I get off stream. XPeng should have broke with news to sell outside of China. Stimulus should hit this weekend. Market should be green next week. Yeah, definitely. So we are getting a pullback on Tesla right now, but if we do get stimulus news, like I said, the Nasdaq, the SPY, U.S. Russell, especially this right here, this will skyrocket. U.S. Russell, the ETF for this is IWM. So if you want to trade this, it's the IWM, and this is your hotel stocks, your travel stocks, and all of that. Your small businesses. So these are the smaller cap stocks. Whereas, Nasdaq, they have all the tech companies which have larger caps. Russell, if anything's going to benefit from the stimulus, you're going to see this skyrocket. And this has been doing amazing. So notice how we push up, we rally out, we push up, we're rallying right now. So we're consolidating here and we're consolidating here. So we're probably pushing up again on the IWM. This is exactly what you want to see in an uptrend. You want to see the rally, you want to see the consolidation, rally, consolidation, push up. So we're looking good on that. So that's actually the only market green right now. We're dealing with the futures. Nasdaq's pushing down. Tesla's having a little bit of a dip buy, but once again, we're still really early into the session. And to be honest, most of the excitement, guys, will probably happen at the end of the day. That's my take is on this. I think last 5 minutes, 10 minutes of close is going to be very, very interesting. So keep in mind of that today. Look at how Tesla's doing at the last 10 to 5 minutes of close, if you can. That's if you can. Now Nasdaq, I do want to dip by right here. So it's actually close to where I would want to dip by at. So if we can get down to here today on the Nasdaq, I consider going long on the Nasdaq. You're going to place an order to sell at 675. Okay, Bram, just manage that. Like I said, I think we're still bullish today on Tesla. We are getting a little bit of a pullback, but manage that today. If we don't hit 675 again today, just reevaluate and maybe consider selling, a little closer to whatever the price is. We are pushing down right now on Tesla. So there's a rumor a bigger stimulus is coming in January. Okay. Well, if it is, then that's great news for the market. That's good to hear. So we will see, like I said, the Nasdaq, SPY, and all these other markets really jump up on that. So stimulus news is a positive catalyst for the market. We'll see a huge jump on the market. So for our sake, let's hope that happens, because we'll be making a lot of money off of this. So SPY down $15, so we pushed up, sold off. We're really selling off on the market right now. Tesla had quite a pullback right now. So what y'all want to see, what y'all don't want to see on Tesla happen, is we get below the 656 area, 654 area. So we need to stay above the 656 area, 654 area on Tesla, just because that was highs of yesterday. But today, guys, is going to be very volatile like this. We're going to have these big swings up. You saw in the morning we pushed up, and now we're pulling back. This is how it's going to be all day today, because they're rebalancing the S&P 500. A lot of stuff is being shifted around. They're rebalancing the option contracts. So there's a lot of money that's being shifted around. So it's going to be very volatile today. Be very careful. So Max, you said I also got Nike 150 call January 15th trying to play earnings. Okay, I'm glad you here, Max. So with options and earnings, be very careful, bro. So the way options around earnings work is that you'll be paying more than it's actually worth. So those premium prices, they're inflated because they know that people are buying options for earnings. So even if we have a good earnings, your premium on your option contract might still tank after earnings, because that implied volatility is not there anymore. So option contracts, their price is based off of implied volatility. Earnings is a very volatile event. So once that volatility is dead, that premium on your option contracts will just tank. So be very careful with that. You'll really have to get a good reaction from earnings to actually have that option contract go up a considerable amount. So be very careful with that, man. Honestly, I think we won't see a confirmed stimulus package till lockdown or initiated, most likely in January. Yeah, we might see it in January. Who knows? I know they've talked about in the Senate right now they're not going to leave until a stimulus package is confirmed. So who knows what will happen? Any day traders in here? Are you? Let's see. I'm a day trader. Are you, LA? Well, Bram, the reason I say the first 30 minutes, I just wait for the volatility because there's people selling it at open, there's people buying in. So the first 30 minutes, notice how we're not, like, if you were in here at the beginning of the stream, notice how we were just going like crazy, right? We were just going up and down, up and down. It's kind of calmed down in a sense, and it helps us see the trend better. So that's why I wait for the first 30 minutes to just play out how it's going to be. Yes, you risk the fact of it pushing down more and you losing more, but you also risk it turning back around and going up. So that's why I just wait. It's all good, Bram. I understood what you were trying to say. LA, so you're a day trader? Awesome, bro. Awesome. Yeah, I do both. I swing trade, day trade, and invest. So all around, I do both. I actually day traded some option contracts on Tesla at market open. But I've already locked those in. I got in real quick. NASDAQ pushing down, trying to recover. Let's look at Apple. Are any of y'all watching Apple, or do any of y'all play Apple? I normally play Apple, but I've been missing this huge push up. So I'm just waiting for a good dip buy. I really want to get Apple at 124. I really want to get Apple there. That's where I'm looking for a dip buy on Apple. Nice, LA. So you do scalp trading? That's awesome to hear, man. It's awesome to hear. Oh, Frank, you love Apple? Yeah, it's one of those companies that if you have in your portfolio, like, you can't lose on it, right? Apple has just consistently gone up over the years. Yeah, LA. That's exactly what a lot of people do. They sit on it because it's one of those companies that it's if you have to try to lose money on it, right? If you just sell. So Max, you said somebody dropped 5 million on that 150 call, and another person spent about 200K. Yeah, those are probably big banks buying it up. They might sell before Max. They may sell before actual earnings. So if we get a pop up before earnings, like our earnings run up on Nike, consider locking it in. So if you're up a considerable amount on Nike call, I wouldn't hold it through earnings, like I said, because that premium will just tank. Yeah, Parker. So yeah, that's the whole rebalancing thing. They have, in order to afford Tesla, so they may sell some shares in Apple and all the other stocks in S&P 500 a day. But I normally trade Apple with option contracts. But I did have some shares at one time, but I sold them because I had a good entry and I just wanted to lock in profits. Glad you brought that up, Parker, so other people know. So we may see some sell off in other things just so they can have enough to pour into Tesla. So Max, you've been playing Twitter, Snap, Neo, Nike. Bro, we've been playing the same stuff. Look, I've missed out on Twitter now. I got out back at $47, and when I got out, it just skyrocketed and it's not looked back since then. Snap, I've been missing out on Snap too, man. I don't even think I've charted Snap. Yeah. This is the last time I looked at Snap, $43, and look where it's at right now, $53. So this was a picture perfect horizontal breakout play. So notice how we were trading between the support and resistance line. Then we just broke out, confirmed it, consolidated some more, and then just took off. So this was perfect. Yeah, LA, that could be a good reason to get in. Maybe a little dip after, but I think Q1 of next year is gonna be amazing for Apple, especially with the iPhone 12 sales. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Apple. I'm curious to see how their sales went, because in Q4 their iPhone 12 sales weren't on the report, so they'll be in the upcoming report. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to be doing. Oh, Max, you did. Yeah, Battery Day was a disappointment for a lot of people. That's why you gotta always like manage your risk, understand what you're getting into, and don't treat it as like a casino, right? This is trading. Just be thoughtful and have a plan for every trade. So that's just my advice to y'all. Just do like I do. Have your stop loss. Have your take profit. But if you're investing for a longer term, so I know a lot of y'all are in Tesla with shares because you love the company, and that's completely fine. Don't even have your stop loss. You're an investor, so you should just be adding on to every dip that you can. But trading is very different from investing, but I do both, like I said. So primarily I do trading because that's how I make my money. That's my career. So this is how I always structure my trades because I have to do it as a living. But investing, yes, Tesla is an amazing stock to have. So if you're in that, don't worry. We are pushing down right now. We did hit lows of, what is it, 655? Yeah, Parker. So that's a good point to bring up. So there's the actual event and there's the actual of how people perceive it and how people view it. So it can be just like with earnings. If a company can have good earnings, I know many of y'all have seen this, they can still sell off because how people, it might not met their expectations they thought it would. So there's a lot of events that play with these news, right? So that's why I necessarily wouldn't buy a stock based off of a big event happening because it could be good overall, but the way people perceive it is where the problem is. That's when they start selling. So that's why you gotta be careful with these earnings plays and big event news. I would love to learn both, and I can't really invest my money right now. I'm investing in my house. Bram, that's completely fine, man. There's no rush in this. Whenever you're ready, the stock market is gonna be here for you, right? So there's no need for you to rush it. In this time while you're investing in your house, learn. It's simple. Like you just learn. You just start doing this every day. Get a feel of how the market moves. These levels. Just watch videos, and that's completely fine. Learning is basically the first thing you need to do. A lot of people get into the stock market without learning. That's why they lose a lot of money because they don't learn the techniques that you need to. They don't learn the proper risk management. So you're in a really good position right now where all you can do is basically just learn, and that's completely fine. So Bram, just learn, get comfortable with how the market moves, and then when you are ready, start with a small amount of money. It doesn't have to be $20,000. It can be $1,000, whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, right. So you said perhaps I can start small. Exactly, man. Start with a small amount and then concentrating on growing that small amount. Because if you can't grow $1,000, then you won't be able to grow 20,000, 30,000. You gotta start at the micro level. Then you can move up. Really, what I advise every new person trading or investing, start with small. You learn your money management techniques, you learn how to chart out levels, and if you lose it, then that money won't be tied to you emotionally. Whereas if you have 20, 30,000, if you lose that, it's gonna be really emotional. Max, you said I sold a 38 snap, made good profit at 53, bought a 40 Neo Jan 15th, need 47 break even. Max, do you exercise your options? So are you buying the actual shares at the time, or you're just buying and selling the premium? That's what I do. I never hardly exercise my options. I just buy and sell the premium. Many videos are rubbish. These channel owners talk like they know how to trade. They're clueless. Yeah, LA. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people that will try to sell you a lifestyle or try to sell you a facade that they're not actually living. There's like he said, a lot of YouTubers out here, they're just doing it for the image. They don't really know. A lot of them really don't know what they're talking about. So be very careful. Don't get sucked into that lifestyle that they're trying to sell you. They're just trying to make, money off of their lifestyle. There's a lot of traders out there like that. So be careful, guys, when you are following other YouTubers. Yeah, LA said fiddle with a demo account. Exactly. Bram, I don't know, since you're not from the US, I don't know what it is like there for you, but here we have stuff called paper trading. So you can basically play with imaginary money, but you're still buying and selling the stock in real time. So I don't know what it's called over there for you. Just go ahead and look up that. Parker, you said research the companies for investing, watch how it trades, stay away from penny stocks. Yeah, penny stocks, that's a common thing beginners like to get in because they're cheap. Penny stocks I never deal with because they're so cheap, they're so low volume, and they're easy manipulated. So if you have a big bank coming in, they can pump it up, and then you're stuck at the top as they dump it. Then I also don't feel comfortable to sell right now. I'm too emotionally invested right now. Without the knowledge, I would not have a way back into Tesla, I think. Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that. If you're an investor, then so Bram, you gotta sit down and think about your goals. So are you looking to hold Tesla for the next year, 5 years, 10 years, or are you looking to hold it for the next month? So if you're looking to hold it for the next year, 2 years, and looking to get back in, then I wouldn't really worry about what trading price you get in right now, because that's not going to matter to you short term. It'd be a different story if you were just looking to hold Tesla for a month. That's when you would be concerned about your entry. So I really wouldn't worry too much about that, man, if you're just looking to hold Tesla for, the long term. I'm an investor with Tesla and Apple. If I try to sell my Tesla shares at the close of the day, I'm afraid it may go up through the market close. What will happen then? Well, friend, you got to look at it this way. What if it goes down after market opens, right? And then you're stuck thinking that, hey, I should have sold. So would you rather have profit in your hands, or would you rather have the idea of making more money? So if you sell, at close, great, you lock in that profits. So what if it goes up, another $5 to $10? You still have that profit you just made. It easily could have gone down $5 to $10. So personally, you need to learn how to get your emotions aside with it. Just lock in those profits and then look for another entry. I wouldn't worry about, leaving profits on the table. There's been so many times when I've gotten out of a stock and it just skyrocketed up, right? There's been so many times that's happened to me, but I understand that's a part of the process. Yes, there's always be an opportunity where I leave money on the table, but there'll always be an opportunity for me to get back in. So that's how I do it. But so everyone tuning in, been just watching Tesla today, and thank you for everyone tuning in. We're watching Tesla, and so far my advice has been, if you're in a Tesla position and you're up a considerable amount, you've had a good average, I'd consider shaving a little bit off, selling just a little bit of it. You don't have to sell all of it, because like I said, if you're looking to hold this long term, a couple years from now, obviously you're not going to care about the price right now, because it's going to be up a lot more in a couple years. But I consider shaving a little off, taking that profit you've made, and look for a dip buy opportunity on Monday or Tuesday. Max, you said buy and sell premium been good. I stopped listening to a lot of YouTubers, chart my own 10 stocks and follow them every day. Yeah, Max, that's exactly that. You're doing a great job, because you're the only one who can take care of your money good, right? So at the end of the day, you're responsible for buying and selling the stock. You're responsible for hitting that buy button. So why does it make sense, to listen to someone telling you to buy now, or right? So my whole philosophy on this is I'm trying to teach y'all practices, identifying the levels, how to read the charts. So when you learn these levels, then you can on your own be responsible for hitting that buy button, right? So that's what I'm trying to teach y'all here. Teach you how to read the charts, teach you how to chart out these levels. So when I'm not here and y'all don't have me to ask questions, or I might not be available, then you can do it on your own, and you won't necessarily need me at that time. But like I said, I'll always be here for you guys. I'll always be here to answer your questions. I'll always be here to break down stocks for you. That's what I'm here for y'all. LA, you said just buy back at the dip. Yeah, man, exactly. But the problem is you don't know when that dip buy is going to happen. Parker, exactly. Learn to take profits while they're there. Don't get greedy. Right. There will always be a dip buy with volatile stocks. Right, man. So the worst feeling in the world is watching your position go from green to red. That's the worst position. That's the worst to be in ever. To watch your position go up, then go down to red. Then that's when you start getting really emotional with it. And look, guys, we're starting to push back up on Tesla. So we hit lows of 656, and now we're starting to push up. So that was a dip buy this morning. So, George, you said you bought Zoom at 479 right before the last quarter earnings report. They reported outstanding earnings, and the stock did by 50 to 75. Yeah, George, I was actually, fun story, I was actually in that as well, man. The reason it dropped is because in their earnings report, so they have the earnings, and then they have the conference call afterwards. So in the conference call, they said that they thought they weren't going to see profits like this again, because there's a vaccine for the virus, or there's a vaccine coming for the virus, and people are not going to be at home anymore. So that's why we saw that huge gap down, because investors think that they won't see this huge profit again. But overall, Zoom's an amazing company. I don't see it going anywhere, so I'd be just fine with that. Yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. That is a saying. So you buy up the run up, and then you sell the news when it happens. Thanks, Max. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it, and especially everyone being here, all your support. I appreciate it once again, and I'm glad I'm here to help y'all out, to help y'all understanding trading and investing. Because like I said, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I just want to make sure that y'all are on the right track and you're learning. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for hitting the buy button, and no one else can do it for you. So y'all need to know how to chart out. Y'all need to learn how to read price action, and I'm here to help all of y'all in this process. And once again, if you're tuning in right now, I know I mentioned this before. If y'all want to talk to me on a more personal level, free Discord chat and the link in my bio on this live stream, go ahead and click that out. Click on that. Join my Discord server so we can talk after this stream ends. You said, but didn't Zoom say they're expecting very good reports for the fourth quarter as well? I don't know. I didn't really get too much into that. I didn't really read up on it, but I did know about the conference call, one portion of it where they were saying that they didn't expect as much profits from the previous quarter because of the vaccine. So I think that's why it sold off, but it is recovering a little right now. So I don't know if we will, or I don't know. We'll just have to see how Q4 plays out. When is that? Or is this Q1? Is this considered Q1? I don't know. Or was that Q3? I'm not sure on that. But all I know is that they were talking about how they didn't expect as much profits. But I don't really believe that. I think Zoom is still an amazing company. Happy to have you here. You're also calm without all that yelling at others. Yeah, Parker. I'm a very calm person. You have to be with trading, especially if you're in the stock market. Your emotions, they have to go to the sideline, because if you start getting emotional with your money, that's when you start making those bad decisions and start, panic selling and all that type of stuff. Oh, George, that was Q3. Okay. Thanks for So that was Q3. Okay. So Q4, we'll just have to see. That is quite a ways away, so we may see another run up. But George, I'll be looking at Zoom once it gets back to this resistance level. So we need to get to this resistance level, and then we consider looking at Zoom. But we know a good support is right here at this level. We know that buyers came in here, they came in here, they came in here, and here. Now when I say buyers came in, guys, I mean, you notice how we have this wick right here? So a wick tells you that price was here at one point, but it's not no longer. That means buyers came in and pushed price back up. Same here. You notice how we have these wicks and over here. So when you find a level, typically you need to look for several points that it's at. If you can find a level that's hit it more than 2 or 3 times, then that's a good support level. Right, LA? Calm, no rash decisions. That's how you trade in the stock market. If you make rash decisions, that's how you're going to lose your money. That's how you're going to make, those poor choices where you panic, sell, and all of that. I don't see Zoom going down. They have a staple income. Yeah, they've pioneered something, that's taking it to the next level. Everyone's using Zoom now, and I don't see it just going away just because the vaccine's happening, just because we're going back to school. Think about it. The schools that bought Zoom, even though all these kids been using it at home, they're still going to use it, because there's still online classes going on. There's always been online classes going on, so they'll just be using Zoom from now on. All right, Bram, you said what we see right now is people want to get into the stock pre-market. That's why it boosted 680. I think I would expect this run up again at close, so I suppose it'll get even higher. Yeah, definitely, Bram. That's my thought process going in as well. I think closer to close is when we'll start really seeing the ramp up. So right now, there's not too much action. We're not doing too much, but I think as we get closer to close, I think that's when we're really going to start ramping everything up. That's what I think is going to happen. Just because the indexers, they want to get price as close as possible to close so they can buy in. But pre-market, we did see a huge surge. And right now, we're not doing too bad. We're still up $15. So we had the dip recovering. Intraday moves, though, we need to get above 678. So right now this is acting as an intraday support, or sorry, resistance. It's acting as a resistance. Notice how that on both these candles, we pushed up to here, we weren't able to hold, and then we instantly got rejected as soon as this next candle happened. So we obviously know that on the 15-minute time frame, this resistance, the 678, is a market that we need to look at. Monday will probably be hectic, to be honest. Frank, you said, are you in Tesla? I was in some Tesla calls over the weekend. I got into Tesla, like I said last night, or sorry, before market closed, got in some calls, locked that call in, bought another call, and locked that in already. So I'm out of Tesla right now. I'm not in it at all. Bram, you said to have a value that corresponds to underlying companies, right? To have an index as fully aligned with the companies, that's how it works. Let me read that again. To have a value that corresponds to the underlying companies, right? To have an index as fully aligned with the companies. So with the S&P 500, we have 500 companies in here, and Tesla's going to be one of those now. So when Tesla moves up, based on the weight, then the S&P 500 will move up. The reason the S&P 500 is selling off right now is because Apple and all the other companies that are in it right now is selling off. So the index is made up of the stocks, and the stocks, the weight, determine how it moves. I hope that helps. Did that answer your question? Let me know if I understood that right. Even with the vaccine, I definitely think lockdown are still bound to happen again. It would take time to push these vaccines out of people. On top of that, there's a lot of people that don't trust it. Yeah, there is a lot of things going around with the vaccine right now. Like I said, that will affect the stock market in some way, I think. We'll just have to see. But I don't think we'll get the crash that we did get in, when we had the first initial lockdown. That was based off of panic and fear. That wasn't based off of, rational decisions. People were scared. They didn't know what was going to happen. And I doubt we'll ever see a crash like that anytime soon again. Even if we do have another lockdown. Look like XP making new support. Alright, let's take a look at XP real quick. Yeah, look. Max, this is what I was talking. I don't know if you joined. I think you did join when I was talking about this. We're pushing up the resistance. In my video I posted last night, this is exactly one of the scenarios I was talking about. We were going to push up the resistance, and that's what we're doing because we held this area. So the rest of the session day, we need to get above this, Max. We really need to get above this 48.11 area. I want to see us get above it and hold it. That's how I'm trading, or I would be looking to trade XP. We need to get above this level and hold above it. So you said yes, order. I have a feeling I don't fully understand how this works. S&P 500 is an index. What it is based on, what value, and why do they have to buy shares from Tesla as they're getting included? So if you look at a lot of let's say JP Morgan or BlackRock or all that, they have these they're called S&P 500 funds. In order to have the S&P 500 fund, they have to own the stocks within it, right? So if Tesla's in the S&P 500 and they don't have Tesla, then they can't have an S&P 500 fund because they don't have the stock. They don't have every stock in the S&P 500. So that's why they have to buy Tesla. And they buy the value of how much it's worth or weighted. So Tesla is going to be a weight based off of their market cap. So whatever, I forget, they're going to be the 8th weighted. I think they're going to be number 8 or number 9, and they have to buy that amount to match that weight. Each stock is weighted, so Apple, I think, is probably one of the heaviest in there. So they have millions and millions of shares. Tesla, same way. They're going to buy the amount of shares depending on how much it's going to weigh in the S&P 500. So all these funds have to buy it if they have an S&P 500 fund. Okay, LA, thanks for confirming that. So he says 6th largest. So yeah, it's going to be the 6th. Like I said, I think Apple's number 1. Yeah, Apple is number 1. Right. So we have to buy those shares in order to match that weight. So each one has a certain value, dollar amount, and Tesla happens to be 70 billion or 80 billion, whatever that number is going to be. So you have to buy those amount of shares to match that weight. Now, for the S&P 500, I'm looking for a dip buy down to this level right here. So around the 3,700. How do you feel about up and coming EVs like Fisker, Solo, and IDEX? Let's take a look at Solo. So right now, to me, this was like a lot of news driven or hype driven. So I'd let them get a little more established. If you believe in these companies, for long term, that's fine. Go ahead and get in them. I'd be looking for an entry though. I'd still be looking to get in at a good entry around support. This area right here, so 637. If you want to go long, I'd be looking to get in right there. And then my stop loss would be, now this is if I was just trading this for the short term. That's how I'd stop out. I'd have a wider stop out just because if you believe in this company and you think this is a good long-term company, then have that wider stop loss. Or don't even have a stop loss at all. But if you're looking for a good entry with Solo, I'd get in at 637. IDX, let's take a look at IDX for you. Same scenario. This chart looks exactly like this. Now be careful with this, right? This is one of those penny stocks or it could be classified as a penny stock almost. I was talking about where they pump it up. Look, they pumped it at 475 and it's just sold off. So be careful with these type of stocks. I'd wait and let them become more established as a company. Just wait it out because they have these bits of random spurts and then they sell off, and they have these bits of random spurts and sell off. So you need to be really careful with these because you could be getting in these, thinking that it's going to the moon, and this was the top and you're stuck at the top. So just let them get a little more established. If they're dealing with the EV sector, just let them play out, let them get more, reputation, and we'll see how it will go from there. Do you think stock will have a dip if lockdowns were initiated in NY? It dipped back in March, but China was also locked down. China is doing very well now with COVID. Yeah, George, I don't really see us having another dip like that like we did back during the Corona lockdown. Like I was talking about earlier, that was really panic-based. That was fear-based. That crash happened because people were scared. People didn't know about this virus. They didn't know how long it was going to last. But we see what happened after that, right? So we had the Rona crash, and we've made all-time highs since then. So we know these tech companies, stuff that benefits from the lockdown, they just skyrocketed. And NEO, I really don't see it going anywhere or having a massive dip. I mean, yes, we will have maybe some type of dip, but I don't see it on the level, once again, that we had back in March. Penny stocks are risky because the dollar percentage is huge. The plus percent. Is that plus? Sorry, I can't see that on my screen. Plus minus percentage is huge. Oh, so you're talking about when it goes up massively and then comes screaming down. Let's see what Tesla is doing, guys. So we are still consolidating. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame for y'all. Right. So we're starting to push up towards this resistance as I just literally drew out. This was an area that we need to still stay on the lookout for. Bullish above today. So if we can get past 676, 667, past that area, we're rocking and rolling today, guys. So that's an area I'm looking at. Now this is just an intraday resistance on the 15-minute time frame. Literally, if you hit to the bigger picture, it's literally nothing. You won't even see it. So that's also a good strategy to keep in mind, guys. When you chart out stuff, keep in mind the time frame you're doing it on. Like I always stay on the 4-hour time frame because I'm a swing trader. But if you're day trading, go on the 15-minute time frame and you can identify levels that you can't see on the 4-hour, and levels that you see on the 4-hour you might not see on the 15-minute. Just like you see right here, this looks like a little dash. So keep in mind the time frames that you're looking at because that will matter when you're doing your analysis. GoPro been going crazy also. Okay, let's take a look at that. What's the symbol for that? GoPro. Alright, got you. Yeah, so we know that we were consolidating around this area right here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm doing this on stream live for you guys, so it takes me a little bit to find those levels. Right here. So that's one level. We were consolidating, and now we've just been going crazy. So this is probably due to some type of news. Bram, yeah, that's perfect, bro. That's a perfect question. So day trading and swing trading. So day trading is different than swing trading. Day trading means that you buy a stock and you sell it the same day. So you literally, let's say I bought Tesla today at 670 and I sold today at 680. That's a day trade. Swing trading is where you hold for more than one day. So if I bought Tesla today at 670 and I held till Monday, Tuesday, or for whatever time frame. Swing trading is a day or more. Day trading is literally you buy and sell the same day. Now, here in the United States, they have some regulations on day trading. So if your account is below $25,000, you can only do 3-day trades a week. But if your account's over $25,000, then you can do unlimited amounts. Probably in your country, they probably don't have that regulation. They added that a couple years back, or it's actually been more than a couple. But they added that just because people were treating the stock market like a casino, and they were just blowing their money away really fast, and that's why they implemented that rule. So it may be different in your country, but over here in the United States, we have a regulation if you have below 25,000. If you have above 25,000, then there's no whatsoever. I could literally make on Tesla. I could buy and sell this thing 100 times today, and I wouldn't have any type of penalty for doing that. The only downside back in the day was your commissions, but now commissions is free. Yeah, so if you're on a cash account, like LA's saying, you have to wait 2 days to be able to buy that again. But I'm on a margin account, so my funds get instantly settled. Even though I don't, margin is so that means you're borrowing money, but I don't actually. So there's a margin account. There's something called a margin account. If you have that, then your funds don't take any time to settle. That's what I do. So I'm instantly able to have all my buying power. Now I don't actually borrow money. I don't borrow more than what my accounts are worth. So when you borrow or when you buy more than what your account is worth, that's when you start actually borrowing money from the bank or whatever brokerage you use, and that's when it starts to actually they charge your interest. So I don't ever buy more than my account's worth. So I'm able to keep buying and selling and still have all of my funds that same day. So that's why I'm able to day trade so many times, because I'm on a margin account. All right, Bram, no problem, man. Glad to have you here. Like I said, glad to have everyone here. Appreciate that you like it. I will be posting some update videos today on Tesla. I'll keep y'all updated. I'll keep you posted. So, Bram, keep in mind for that. I'll still stream a little longer for whoever is left in here. Probably another 10-15 minutes, just so we can see what Tesla's doing. But glad to have you here, Bram. I'll see you in the Discord. But yeah, so Tesla's right now 670. Not doing too much, guys. It's very slow right now. This is probably how. Awesome, Bram. Thank you, man. So right now, we're not doing too much on Tesla. Like I said, I don't think today is going to be. It's not going to be very like volatile, or I think it's going to be very slow. I think that most of the action, guys, is going to come towards the end. Most of the actions, guys, is probably going to come towards the end. So keep in mind on that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm doing something real quick. Max, you said you want to go margin. Are you on a cash account right now? So does it take time for your funds to settle? But also with a cash account, there is no PD2 rule. That's what we call it, the 25,000, the day trade one. So there is no rule on that. But the thing is, you have to wait 2 days to your funds to settle. So keep that in mind as well. So you won't get your full buying power for 2 whole days. LA, honestly, it's gonna be hard to tell right now, because like we have so much hype or news going around the S&P 500 collision. I can tell you this though, I think the volatility on Tesla is going to die down a little bit. I don't think we're going to have these massive swings anymore that we have been seeing, just because it's now in an index, so it's going to start to settle down in a sense. But if I had to give a guesstimate, I don't know. It ran up to $2,000 today, or sorry, not today, pre-split. So who knows? With Tesla, anything can happen. I can't give a definite number, but I'd like to see it well past 1,000 again, especially in 2021. But like I said, since we're starting to be in an index, it is going to die down a little bit. The volatility, we're not going to get these huge swings anymore. It'll probably look a lot like this: consolidation, we get a breakout; consolidation, we get a breakout. Yeah, exactly. S&P doesn't move as fast. That's what I'm saying. I think the volatility on Tesla is going to really die out. It's really going to die out. But that's not to say it's still not going to move up. I mean, obviously it's still going to move up, but we're not going to get these big $200 moves over a span of a month like we got this month. So just be wary of that as well. Guys, I'm probably going to actually end the stream right now. I have some things to do, and like I said, I'll be active in the Discord, and I may stream tonight or before market closes. So keep that in mind, guys, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for coming once again. Go ahead, hit the Discord in the link below. I'll talk